So here I was mentioning that the following, that a pig can be used to analyze. Okay, we can use it to analyze, and pig lands on the top of, we say pig runs on the top of HDFS. Okay, HDFS and the map reduce. A map. All right. So there are two ways to execute. We have two ways to execute. We have the two ways to execute this map reduce. This one. We have two ways to execute this map reduce. Two ways to execute it. I want to increase this. All right, so there are two ways to use pig. Number one I mentioned is local mode and map or map reduce mode. So we're going to use local mode. To use local mode, we do as follows: local -x, and then we say pig. First we say pig. Okay. All right. Now we are where? We are in a grant. Okay. We are in a grant. We are in a grant here. So this is a grant. All right. This is the grant. So I'll repeat once again. So we do pit. To exit this mode, we say pit, and then you pit the grant. You again say pig x local, or you say pig x map reduce. Even if you do pig x map reduce, execute map reduce, is going to run also on the same mode. It's going to run the same mode because we have only one cluster. I mean, we have only one machine. All right, so we do that one. So this is the first part which we can start with, just for you to see how this pig can work. Okay, so there are some keywords which I want you to ponder upon, which I don't want you to miss. This is the part where we are here. This is the place where we all are. All right, so we are in this part here. And there are some keywords which we will use here in the pig team. So we shall use load. All right, this load which we have here. Okay, load which we have here. Why is it bringing double? So we use this rod. The first keyword which we need to understand. Rod means we want to take the data from our local machine, and second part, we want to store this data. We want to store this, the data which you loaded into, let's say, into our peak processing, so that you can be able to display them on the screen, you can be able to read them, right? So we use rod store, and we use a statement called dummy just to read the stored file. Okay, to read a stored file, we use a dummy. Right, so we use a dummy. So in this part here, and it's here to mention that all the statements are going to be stored. You know, they can be logical and physical plan. We can store, and then after storing, we have to execute them. So dummy is used to execute whatever we have stored. This is the way we do. For example, we create a small file. We create a small file, and let's say this file which we are going to create is going to be. I just want to note it down so that we cannot forget to do that one. Okay, so the file name which we are going to create is going to be change.txt, and this change.txt, it can have like line 2, line 1, line 1, line 3, and have a joke. I'm just writing down so that I can remember, so that I can not forget. I cannot miss this one. Okay. And then okay, so we go one by one and we see how this will get. So here we wrote the data. We use a for each. Just we will look just to divide the words by line by line, or to cut it line by line. These are the thing which we shall see maybe in the next class, just to understand how this the for each. We cannot go to for each without looking at the group file. Okay, that's how we go. So so this is the way you can check. For example, you can let's try to execute one by one. So it shows us where we are, where it is stored in HDFS. This is the this is where you can find it, the location where you can find it, right? So the second part here, let me reduce this. Sorry. So this is the second part here. Oops. I thought it was shining. Why? Okay, so this is where we are. We were on this part here, just to show where we are. Okay, just to show where we are. You open one terminal. Hopefully it is still sharing. You open one terminal, In this terminal which you opened, I want you to do the following. You create a directory. So you create directory, say mk, say ls. I just want to show you the one which I created here. You create a directory, you give this name. The name is pig 180512. You can give any name, just as long as you remember where it is. Okay, this is the name which I gave. If we use the same name, it will be easy, so that when I send you the script, we call them the script for pig, it will be easy for you to go along. So you create a file, a directory, you give this name, and then you come inside it, you say pig directory, you give this name, and again, you erase it, you create one more file, one more directory, you give this name. You say cd fast, you give this name. Okay, you give this name. Inside this directory which I have here, I'm going to create that file which is known as change, the one which I showed you there. This is another terminal, and then you create the first directory called pig 180512, and then you go inside, you give the name as what? You give the name as a first PGM or program, and then you go inside. After coming inside this one, after coming inside this file here, now it's a time to create another file to say nano change.txt. Inside this change.txt, I will have line, let's say 1, line 2, line 3, line 1, line 4, let's say, okay, I may separate. No need to take what they give there. For me, I may give like this. Just how I explained it, we are learning, you see this, okay? You give the comma so that you can have a 2 data type. You can have char array, and you can have integer as well. So this is 1, this is 2, this is comma 7. Let me explain this. In many cases, when you read a CSV file or log file, they will not have the heading or the field name. So it's better to understand what does it mean. For example, for us, we want to check the line 1, we may say this is a font, okay, or location. The second one, we may say this is number of time, or we can say this is the rating. You understand? This is rating, right? Instead of saying it's the ID, you say, okay, these are the rating. So we want to see who have rated above 7 or above 3. We want to see, we can keep adding lines. So we can add here, let's say, we can add another line here. I've been rated 4, another line here, 5, another line here, 2, another line here, 8. I think this will be enough. What do you want to do? We want to analyze this data we have here in the big data. For you, it will be big, right? Huge. Let's say you have like the whole here data set, right? So you want to load it on your HDFS by using the P, so that you can see who have been rated above 4. We take a small one as a small. So here we take them. You are given this data. What you're going to do, you're going to load this data into your what? Into your HDFS using what? P. Okay? So we do this. We'll save this one. I'm going to Control X, Y, enter. Okay? counter x, y, enter. I do pig x local. So I want to run on the top of this one. Okay, I run in this top here, in this place where I'm at. So I'm going to write here. I'm going to say input change. I give the name as input change. I say input change. I say is equal to rod. My file name is what? Change.txt. Okay. As what? The first one is line, and this line, the data type is car array. Oh, that one. Oh, okay. This one will ask me, oh, a format. It may ask a format. Okay, let's take only one variable. Will be easy for you to get it, because if we take a two, you have seen it put comma. We need to specify delimiter, right? So please keep that file there. All right, keep that file there. Keep it there. Okay, we are there. So we have this change, right? We have this change. So I'm going to do okay. Let me take this three. I created one more. I named it as line change one without two variables. I line one, line two without putting comma. Comma will be next. You shall see comma. How can we put that comma delimiter? So this is one. I come back to this terminal here. Instead of that one, I'm going to write change one here. Let's see. Right? So you have to put semicolon at the end, right? Input equal to row. What did we row? Change one as line character. We give that one. Now, if you want to read it, you may say dump input one. Okay, it's reading this one. So it's reading from your HDFS. Okay, we dump them and you get the one here. So okay, we input raw data. If you go to your queue, you will find it. You will find it there. Okay, you will find it. This is P. Now we are going to analyze large data. That's why I said you have to, for those who have installed Ubuntu will be used, because many files will be downloaded from, for example, from Cargo. You can download big file and then you can analyze it. The machine which you have, you cannot be able to download because it's raw version. You cannot really download the data set. Okay. So this is one part here. So this is one part here. This is one part which you can do. The second one, let's say we take the one which we have there, and we say, let's say these are going to be user, camera, let. You're going to give, like, let's say you're going to give the letting, right? You're going to give this as a letting. Let's see. We wrote, and let me give the input here. Let's say input rating. Yes, done. That's also possible. So even you may not, we may decide what type do we need, or you may omit it. Just you wrote it. You wrote it into your HDFS, and the name which you gave is a user and rating. So you can dump it. Can you dump it? Can you dump the file? I took change. You know the change one, which will be text one. Change line, comma, rating one. So you can dump it and check if this has been loaded. Say dump rating. Which one is there? Enable. No. Oh yeah, sorry. Dump input rating, right? Input underscore rating. Excellent. So it is dumped here. We have this. You see the problem which is here? Yeah, the last comma, because there is a line there. We have to specify the delimiters which we have. We may say delimited by in the comma or this, so it can start from there. So we may try to check if we get this one into our HDFS. So we try to check this. Okay. So we may check. This is a processing. Do you see here? Do you see here? Use map reduce job tracker address. The map reduce job tracker is deprecated instead of, and so on. It shows, all the process which takes place here, right? It shows all this process which takes here. Here it says the output successfully stored. Now, you can go here. You can go inside your this is just okay. I'll go to here and we check HDFS and we check. Is it a user or stamp? Which one is that? Dimension, temporary, temp. Okay, here, temp, and where else? Temp, and the temp wants something. Check here. Not opening here. Okay. If it is not, let's check from the row. It's a CD user temp. Or it has on the scope. Where is that file? We need to get that one. Say home Cloudera. Let me open this one. Okay. Oh, we took from here. It's from here. Input successfully read record from the path, right? And the output successfully read from this file to this file. I just want to check where is this file? Where is this file? No such directory. Where is it located? Maybe HDFS, but I'm not able to get it. It shows it's stored somewhere. We need to get it. We need to get it. So okay, so we are executing the node here. Here. So we check where that one is belong. Again, if I come here to map HDFS, I want to get this file. I want to check where this file is located. It has to be somewhere. It has to be somewhere. When did I create this file? August 27, right? So, okay, so oh, I still have my file here. Interesting. I didn't know. Oh, all my files are here. I thought I did not save them. Oh. So you check your file. I mean, that's the simplest way. I will try to track and check where that file is located. That one from my computer. This one. If you find, please let me know. So this is the file which we have here. So another part here. Let's say we want to group. Let's say we want to. Let's try to see if it will be able. We say hi. I'm going to say hi rating, right? I'm going to call hi rating. So if I want to use hi rating, let's say I'm going to let's say I'm going to do this as follows. I'm going to take input, the one which we gave was what? The name which we gave was what the name did we give there? We gave the name as input, which name? Okay. Don't mind. Input rating, okay. Okay, so let's try to do this. Let's say we want to group, we're going to group this input which you have here. We want to group this input. We want to say group input rating by, let's say, by rating, right? We have two rating. Did we give the name as rating? Which name did we give? Rate or rating? Let's say by user. What is that? Okay, fine. Now it is done. So there was an error there. So we need to maintain the space, right? So if let's say dump grp, you see now, what is this? We group the user by what? We group by user. That's just for you to see how this will work. Okay. So we group by user. We have line and then comma 1, line 2, and again it's going to have line 1. You see how many times are there. So we group them by user here. For example, here we can count how many times lines 1 has read. Okay, just for you to see how it works. We dump every step, so it's a script. First you load, second the output of the first is going to be the input in the second. Input in the second is going to be this. Output in the second is going to be input in the third. So like that, one by one after one. So this is the simple way of understanding how this pig would be used. At least you execute the first code where you can load the data, and then you can be able to read the data. So for more, this is the way you can give a comment. You can come and say, okay, the previous line was to group by user. Okay, was to group by user. For multiple comments, you can do for multiple comment. For multi-line. Multi-line comment. All right. And the part for this one, next class, we will have a piece on ML and HDFS. All right, which is on Monday. So Monday, which date will be that? I don't remember. Monday? Which date? Monday 6.
Monday 1.
Monday 11, right? Maybe 11? 09. So let me keep this as a comment. Okay. Now, I didn't know that I have this file. Did you get something? Did you were able to